Ralph here, and welcome to Fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. Overcast, a little gonna rain, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I got double C's. Life's good. You should all try it sometime. Life is good when you have double C's. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. 1SB for beginners. The only way to go. The only way to go. Anyway, let me honk a few notes, and I'll get right to it. Hellacious. Double C's. Right in a little ditty from Napoli. Life's good, baby. True Power Lemonade. Best weight loss drink you can possibly make. Anyway, 1SB for beginners. Here's the deal, guys. I'm sure for those of you that have been following the channel for any period of time, I have taught public school band for 30 years. On top of private teaching before that and private teaching up to that. I mean, I started teaching when I was about 15 years old. So I've got 50 plus years of teaching in, and a lot of it in the public school was in the elementary school. I did right up through high school at different times. I did they have a lot of college kids in a private setting, but I've done a lot of beginners. Now, the kids don't have to be 10 years old to be beginners. I've started beginners, when they were 50. They just always intrigued with the trumpet, and they wanted to give it a try. Guys, the conventional wisdom is that you start them with a big mouthpiece, so they have plenty of room and they can build up their chops. Dumb. Guys, I shouldn't say dumb because it's conventional wisdom, and that's all everybody knows. But that makes no sense at all. Now, here's the deal, guys. I've had close to 4,000 students in my career. Nobody knows about starting beginners better than I do. I'm going to make that claim. Nobody knows. I've started more beginners than most people, and I've had more success than most people. Now, when I first started in the public school, Jerry had just started making mouthpieces, and he would give me all the seconds. He was doing it in a lathe right in his office, and some came out good. Most of them came out great, ready to sell. Some of them did not. There'd be just a little nick on it or something, or the finish didn't come off right. So I got literally started with 20, 30 Calit mouthpieces, the original ones, and gave them to kids. Sometimes I wouldn't have enough, so some of the kids would just use the Bach piece of crap that was in their mouth, in their trumpet case. Guys, you cannot believe the difference in the progress in the young kids that started on a Calit mouthpiece. Now, I have started several young kids, their first notes on a 1SB, and guys, they have not looked back. It is just they don't have any chop problems at all, even to the detriment. I'll get to that in a second. But guys, what happens is when you play this big bathtub thinking you're going to build up chops, remember, the conventional is we're supposed to tighten this up and build. It's not like you're building up. You don't do that. Guys, the minute you play a Bach mouthpiece or one of those things that's in the case, a Bach-ish, a Yamaha 7C or anything like that, a piece of garbage that's in those student model trumpets, Guys, immediately your chops collapse and you are stretching. Immediately, the first note you've ever played in your life is collapsed and stretched. You can't, guys, I can't. Jerry couldn't. Maynard couldn't. The only people that we know that had any success with these mouthpieces, they were Mount Vernon's, which is a different animal altogether. Okay? Now, when you start with a Calit mouthpiece, as you know, the blessing of the mouthpiece can sometimes be the curse, okay? In that the minute you collapse, it bottoms out and it shuts off. A Calit mouthpiece, especially the 1SB, the 1SS, and the 1SC, especially, do not allow you to play incorrectly. You will not play. You will stop playing. And anybody that's going from another mouthpiece to the 1SB will verify that. Some have an easier time transitioning than others, but some of them have a little difficult time transitioning because it's unforgiving. Now, I consider that to be a blessing. The guys that are transitioning don't think so highly of it. But for a young kid who has an open book, a blank page, a blank chalkboard, whatever, they just play correctly from the first day, and they're off to the races. Now, I'm going to give you another story. One of my students, extremely talented kid. He's 14 years old, a freshman, and he's been studying with me since he was 11. His first notes were with Jerry, and Jerry immediately sent them to me. Jerry had no patience for beginners, young or old. And every beginner, especially the young kids, he would send to me. But with that said, he was sent to me. Tremendously talented. He played piano. His parents, one of his parents was a piano player. And right from the beginning, his chops were just killing it. He's 14 years old, a freshman, playing high G's that Maynard would be thrilled to have. Okay? Now, he has a bit of an ignoramus for a band director. Surprise, surprise. Everybody in the band has to play a 3C, a Bach 3C. He wants a uniform sound. All right. Well, again, I won't get into that part of it. Okay? Now, when his father told me that, I just thought the worst. I just thought the absolute worst. Oh, geez. He's not going to be able. I couldn't do it. I went through hell with Vacchiano. Trying to play a Calit mouthpiece and playing the Bach along. Oh, I went through hell. I couldn't do it. If I couldn't do it, how's this kid going to do it? Well, here's the deal. He's doing it just fine. He plays. Now, if you saw that video where I said if your teacher, band director, doesn't know from chops, this is exactly what he's doing. He's playing the Bach 3C in marching band, and then he goes to the 1SB. Now, he's not playing as well on the 1SB, and he has no problem with that. He's just marching band. He doesn't care. He's a freshman. He'll sit second trumpet and blast. A's on top of the staff is all he needs, and it doesn't bother him a bit. Why? He started with a Calit mouthpiece. He's playing correctly from the beginning. He doesn't know how to stretch. He doesn't know how to stretch. And he is making, now, he could not play the high G's that I'm talking about and do the phenomenal results on the Bach trumpet, but for 45 minutes, an hour a day, sometimes if they do a monster rehearsal at night, okay, it's more than that. But for that little time, he spit buzzes before, he spit buzzes during, and he spit buzzes after. And as soon as he's done, he gets back on the 1SB. He comes home at night, he plays noodles a couple notes on the 1SB, and he's back to it. He's never had any trouble. Why? Because you start with the 1SB, you're playing correctly. Please, guys, I can't say this enough. Even though your experience with the 1SB may have a transition period because you came from a different place, the kids that don't know any better do not have a transition period. They just, boom, they're off to the races, and they will kill. You put one kid on a Bach and one kid on a Calit mouthpiece that have never played before. The Calit mouthpiece, I don't care about the talent, he'll double his progress, the other kid's progress. It's as simple as that. You have to, at some point, guys, It's the time. The idea has come. The time for the idea is here, guys, and you have to embrace it and let go of all that gook that we've all been mired in for generations. The best thing you can do for a beginner trumpet player of any age is get them a 1SB. Now, I know they're a little pricey. And you band directors, if you have 10 trumpet players, it's a couple grand, right, for 1SBs. I suggest you buy a couple each year, put them on the shelf of the trumpet of the band room, make sure the kids don't give them back when they return their rental instrument and all that sort of stuff, and you have them the next year. A few years from now, you've got a whole bevy of them. Your top kids might buy their own, that type of thing. It's the only way to go. And watch your results for those trumpet players soar. Anyway, eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power, guys. Have a great weekend. Love you all.